Welcome students to session number 65, revision session of chapter number 2, that is units and measurement. Today we are going to discuss few numericals regarding the concept of absolute error, relative error, percentage error. Clear? So starting with the very first numerical, that is the numerical exercise 2.13. Now what is given over here? Remember, in example 2.13 they are given that there is a physical quantity P which is associated with 4 observations. There is a physical quantity P which is associated with 4 observations A, B, C and D. They have given the percentage error into respective 4 observations. They have given percentage error in A, they have given percentage error in B, percentage error in C, percentage error in D. Now they are asking, using the relation of the quantity P associated with these 4 observations, you need to calculate error in what? Quantity P. And they are saying that if they have given the value, the measured value of quantity P, that is 3.763, to what value should it be rounded off? Clear? That is the question. Now moving ahead, we will be able to see I am writing the data. The quantity P is associated with 4 observations. Is associated with 4 observations. Which 4 observations? A, B, C, D. Very good. A, B, C and D as follows. The relation is, I'll write the relation, P that is equal to AQ B square root C D. Clear? The quantity P is associated with 4 observations A, B, C, D with the following relation, that is AQ B square upon root C into D. Till this clear? Fine. Also percentage error in 4 observations. Also percentage error in 4 observations. This 4 observation is certain error, and they have given the percentage error for that, that is 1%, 3%, 4% and 2% respectively, and also the percentage in 4 observation 1%, 3%, 4% respectively for A, B, C and D. Is this clear? They have given the error for individual observation, that is related to the quantity P. For A it is 1%, so you can write find. They are asking find the error, percentage error in quantity. Find the percentage error in quantity P. Clear? And the second question they are asking that the measured value of P using above relation, the measured value of P using above relation is 3.673763. To what value it should be rounded off? It should be rounded off. Hope till this is clear. The question is perfectly clear. There is a quantity P associated with 4 observation A, B, C, D, where it is AQ B square root C upon root C into D. This is the relation for P. They have given the percentage error in the 4 observations. They are asking find the percentage error in P. Now see what's simple. Solution for this is very simple. You can write percentage error in A. They have given that is 1%. Yes or no? Similarly, percentage error in B, that is 3%. Then percentage error in C, that is 4%. And percentage error in D is how much? 2%. Is this clear? 1%, 3%, 4% and 2%. Now first of all, what you need to do, that is you need to write the fractional error equation of this P. Now to write fractional error equation of any fractional error equation for any physical quantity, you just need to remember one thing, that is error in that quantity upon original quantity, that is fractional. AQ, this indices or this power will come ahead, delta A by A. Whether the quantities are on multiplication or division, your error, thus error is always what, sum of it, yes or no? So you can write delta A by delta A 2 times delta B by B. Root is, I can write, see, this is A cube B square. Instead of root I can write 1 by 2. Instead of root I can write 1 by 2. Very good. So I can get 2 delta B by C, then 1 by 2 delta C by C, and last is delta D by D, because power is 1 over here. Clear? Now what I need to do, substitute the value 3% error. Now I want to substitute the value of percent. For that, what I need to do, I need to multiply both the sides by 100. So that is 3 delta A by 100, 2 delta B by 100, 1 by 2 delta C by C into 100, and last is 1 delta D by D into 100. I have multiplied both the side by 100. I am converting fractional error into percentage error, and we know that fractional error into percentage error is nothing but what, simply multiplying by 100 will get the answer. Clear? Very good. So now moving ahead, let me erase the board. Fine. So I do have equation with me, that is equal to P, that is equal to A cube B square divided by root C into D. Out of that I have converted into fractional delta P by P, that is equal to 3 delta A by A, 2 delta B by B, 1 by 2 delta C by C, and last is 1 delta D by D. Till this clear? I have converted into percentage error, that is delta P by P, that is equal to 3. I have multiplied by 100 over here. So I can write delta P by P into 100, delta A by A into 100, 2 times delta B by B into 100, plus 1 by 2 delta C by C into 100, and last one delta D by D into 100. Hope it is clear. Now simply you need to substitute the value. So I can write percentage error in P. Percentage error in P, that is equal to 3 into percentage error in A. Yes or no? Next 2 into, this is nothing but what? Percentage error in B, plus 1 by 2 percentage error in C. Very good. And last 1 into percentage error in D, I can write. Till this clear? Now percentage error we do have, that is percentage error in A I have already given. How much it is given in the textbook? 1%. In B they have given 3%. In C they have given 4%. And in D they have given 2%. So I can substitute, I can get percentage error in P, that is I am going to get 3. Then first is 1%, 2, 3%, next 1 by 2, 4%, and last is 1 into 2%. I have substituted the values for percentage error in A, B, C and D. I am getting the answer 3 into 1, 3. 3 into 1, that is 3%. 3 2s are 6%. 4 divided by 2, 2%. And 2%. 6 and 3 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my answer is 13%. So percentage error in P, that is 13% is my answer. Hope it is clear perfectly. One thing you have to remember, they have given the value of P is 3.763. Clear? Now 13%. 13% that is equal to 13 divided by 100. The answer is how much? 0.13. Here how many significant figures? 2. Here how many significant figures? In 0.13 how many significant figures? 2. So simply you can write over one thing over here, that you need to convert this value 3.736 up to 2 significant figures. Up to 2 significant figures. So I can get my value P, that is equal to 3 point. Now second is 7, but here is 6 more than 5. So I need to add value 1 in the previous digit. So my answer is 3.8. Again, how many significant digits over here? 2. So I have got my final answer, that is 3.8. Clear perfectly? Fine. Moving to the next important numerical, which shows the concept of absolute error, relative error, percentage error. Clear? That is example number 2.7. Clear? Okay. The next example we are going to discuss, that is example 2.7 of the exercise illustration. I want to tell you one thing over here, that this example is very important from exam point of view, which is a 3 marks question. Now, here the question given over here, we will have two types. I want to discuss two types. It can be asked in two types. Type 1, two types. Type 1 will have true value given. Type 1 have true value given, and type 2 will be true value not provided. True value not provided. Remember one thing, if true value is given, then it's very good, because true value is used in order to find what? Absolute error, that is delta t, that is equal to true value minus measured value. True value minus measured value. Till this clear? But if true value is not provided, sir, then what to do? If true value is not provided to you, then you need to take t mean. You need to take t mean, or I can write over here, I can have to take t mean over here, or I can write I need to take what? Mean of the observations. I want to take mean of the observations, and that I will consider to be what? My true value. I will consider my true value. Till this clear? Again, here delta t, then instead of true value you can write what? T bar, that is the mean is considered to be true value, and your measured responding reading, that is T1 if you are calculating the absolute error for the first one. Till this clear? Remember, absolute error is nothing but what? True value minus measured value. Till this clear? Okay. Here they have given that they are finding out the they are carrying out the experiments for oscillations, and they find out the time period for the oscillations are respective 5 observations they have given: 2.63 seconds, 56 seconds, 42 seconds, 71 seconds, and 80 seconds. 5 observations given to you. They are asking to calculate number 1, mean oscillation period. Mean period of oscillation. Mean period of oscillation. Mean period of oscillation is nothing but true value, because true value is not given in this question. Clear? So what you will do? You will take mean of the observation. Simple. So first is mean period of oscillation. Then error in measurement. You can say absolute error in measurements. Absolute error in measurements is the second question. Third question they have given to calculate mean absolute error. They are told to calculate mean absolute error. Clear? Fourth, they have told us to calculate fractional error or relative error. Fractional error or relative error. Fifth, we need to calculate percentage error. And the last, we need to express this result in proper form. Express the result in proper form. Till this clear? Hope it is clear. Fine. Now, very first thing I am going to take is that is mean of the observation in order to calculate true value. So I am writing the very first step, that is mean period of oscillation. Mean period of oscillation, that will be denoted by T bar. That is equal to what? Summation of all observations. That is summation of all observations divided by total number of observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total number of observations is 5. Till this clear? Very good. Now the first T1. T1 is how much? 2.63. T2 2.56. T3 2.42. T4 2.71. T5 2.80. Till this clear? Divided by 5. So here you are going to get answer 13.12 by 5. That is nothing but 2.624. That is nothing but 2.624. Now remember one thing over here. For precision of the answer, you need to see the observations significant figures. The observations are given here 2 significant figures, here 2 significant figures, 2 significant, 2 significant. You can say 3 significant. Sorry. So here you can write how many significant figures over here? 1, 2, 3. So here 3, 3, 3 and 3 significant figures are given. So you will able to notice one thing over here, that is you need to convert it up to your final answer need to be in 3 significant figures only. So here you can write 3 significant 2.6. Clear? Now for 2 there are 2 digits. See, here is 4. 4 is less than 5. The preceding digit will not be altered. So it will be 2.62 seconds only. So I can get my answer, that is 2.62 seconds. Remember, there are 3 significant figures: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sorry. Is this clear? 100%? Fine. Moving ahead to the next, that is, so now we are going to calculate absolute error in each measurement. So the next we do have, that is absolute error in each measurement. Clear? Now see, absolute error in each measurement, that is, first I am going to calculate absolute error, that is represented by delta T on first observation, second observation, third observation, fourth observation and fifth observation. Till this clear? Now for the first observation, we will write what? True value minus, true value is nothing but what? T bar minus first observation, T bar minus second observation, T bar minus third observation, T bar minus fourth observation, T bar minus fifth observation. Is this clear? Now true value, that is nothing but 2.62 seconds, 2.62, 2.62, 2.62 and 2.62. Clear till this? Fine. Now for the first observation we do have, that is 2.63 seconds. So 2.62 minus 2.63, my answer is smaller value minus bigger value. Smaller value minus bigger value, answer is negative, that is 0.01 seconds. Till this clear? 2.62 minus 2.56 seconds, here you can say bigger value minus smaller value, and 60 to 56, that is 6. So the answer is 0.06 seconds. Next is 2.42 seconds. So 2.62 minus 2.42. Calculate 62 minus 220 and 6 minus 2 is 4. Again, bigger minus smaller is going to what? 0.20 seconds. Clear or not? Next we are going to have 2.62 minus 2.71. Smaller value minus bigger value, so it will be minus. Yes or no? Minus 62 and 71. Then how much difference? 9. Yes or no? Because 62 and 8 is 70 and 71 is at 0.09 seconds. Till this clear? And last 2.80. Again smaller value minus bigger value. 62 and 8. How much it is? 18. 8 and 2 is 10. 6 and 1 is 7. And carry 1 is 8. So the answer is 0.18 seconds. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very good. In order to calculate a mean absolute error, I need to take mode of it, that is delta T1, that is equal to mode of minus 0.01, that is 0.01 seconds. Mode of delta T2, that is equal to mode of 0.06 seconds, that is 0.06 seconds. Delta T3, that is equal to mode of what? 0.20. Very good. So answer is 0.20 second. Delta T4, that is mode of, what is mode of? Minus 0.09. Your answer is 0.09 second. Next is mode of T5, that is mode of minus 0.18. Your answer is 0.18 seconds. Still this clear? Now the next step I am going to calculate, that is mean absolute error. That I am going to calculate is mean absolute error. See, from the word only I can calculate mean absolute. I can get it mean absolute error. Means I need to take mean of this. Mean absolute error, that is summation of mode of delta Ti from I is equal to 1 to 5 divided by n. Clear? So I am going to get, or you can say n, and n is 5 over here. Clear? More precisely, so I can write over about mode of delta T1, mode of delta T2, mode of delta T3, mode of delta T4 and mode of delta T5 divided by total of observations is 5. Till this clear? Okay, let me erase the board. So I am going to calculate now, that is your mean absolute error, and for that mean absolute error I am going to write mode delta T1, T2, T3, T4 and last is T5. Till this clear? Divided by 5. So if I put addition of all this, 0.01, 0.06, 0.20, 0.09 and lastly 0.18 divided by 5, I am going to get 0.54 by 5, that is 0.108, that is approximate 0.11 seconds. Till this clear? Fine. Now third point I need to calculate, that is fractional error or relative error. Fractional error or relative error, that is nothing but what? Mean absolute error, delta t mean. Clear? Second, delta t mean divided by mean absolute error upon what? True value. Mean absolute error 0. True value 2.62 seconds. So I am going to get 0.04198. 0.04198. Clear? This is my what? Relative error. Relative error is no unit because this is second, second cancel, so it will be unitless. It is ratio of two same physical quantities, so it is unitless. Now last, if somebody asks me to calculate what? Percentage error. So percentage error, that is equal to what? Relative error minus, relative error is denoted by delta t, that is relative error into 100. Clear? So relative error is delta t into 100. So relative error, that is nothing but what? 0.04198 into 100. So my answer is 0.04 percentage. Clear? Into 100 you need to calculate. Into 100 means what? Again I am going for, you can check over here, that is 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So 2 zeros is going to be cancelled. So you need to cut 3. So that is how much? 0.04% only. No? Yes or no? Till this clear? 100%? Very good. So that is 0.0419 divided by 5. I have cut 2 zeros. So answer is 3. That is 3 I have to move. That is my 4% is my answer. Till this clear? Now they are asking us to express in proper forms. They are asking to express as in proper form. So in express the proper forms, first I can express in percentage form and absolute error form. If I want to express in absolute error form, I can write quantity t, that is equal to true value. True value is 2.62 plus or minus. Your mean absolute error is how much? 0.11 seconds. This is absolute error in terms of absolute error. Now second, in terms of percentage error. In terms of percentage error, I can write what? T is equal to 2.62 plus or minus. Percentage error is 4%. Clear? So these are the two formats in which you can express the answer. If they ask an absolute error, then absolute error is nothing but what? Original value, true value plus or minus your mean absolute error. And suppose they are asking in percentage error, then your true value plus or minus your percentage error. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very good. Our next topic that we are going to discuss, that is accuracy and precision. What is accuracy? Accuracy is nothing but it refers to the closeness of which to the true value of the physical quantity. It refers to the closeness to the true value of the physical quantity is known as accuracy. Clear? Accuracy indicates nothing but what? Freedom from relative errors. Freedom from relative errors. If we reduce the errors, results become more accurate. Result becomes more accurate. So I can write for accuracy. Accuracy refers to the closeness of a physical quantity to its true value. Closeness of a physical, or you can say closeness to the true value of the physical quantity. True value of the physical quantity. Clear? Accuracy refers to the closeness to the true value of physical quantity. Second important point, it indicates freedom from relative errors. It indicates freedom from relative errors. Third point, if error is reduced, the results become more accurate. Hope it is clear. Next, that is precision. Clear? First, accuracy. Accuracy refers to the closeness to the true value of the physical quantity. It indicates freedom from relative errors. And third, if error is reduced, then results become more accurate. Hope it is clear. Now we can discuss about precision. Precision is nothing but what? It refers to resolution. It refers to resolution or limit to which physical quantity is being measured. Limit to which physical quantity is measured. Clear? This is nothing but precision. One important point of precision, that is limit or least count. Precision depends upon least count of the instrument. LC. If LC is more precise. Clear? If LC is less precise. Till this clear? If we are performing what? Repeat measurements. If we are performing repeating measurements, or we are taking more measurements, then you will be able to know that the set value so obtained will give you what? The precision value. The closeness of the set values will give you what? Precision of that value. Till this clear? Okay. Now I will give you one example that suppose a student, let me clear the board. I can give you one example over here that suppose three students are asked to find the mass of the metal piece. Provided the mass of the metal piece is found to be mass is already known to us, that is 0.520 grams. Clear? And three students are what? Given the task in order to find the mass of the metal piece. Clear? So I can write over here student. One more column I need to make, or you can say find. I can write over here three observations recorded by A, B and C. Clear? The first one who observed the mass of that is 0.52 grams. Reading 1, reading 2, reading 3 and average. Is this clear? The first reading found out the value was 52 grams, then he found out 51 grams, then he found out 50 grams, average was 51 grams. Clear? The second student, that is B, 0.516 grams, 0.515 grams and 0.514 grams. Average was found to be 515 grams. Till this clear? 100%? Sure? Okay. The third, that is 5.21 grams, 0.520 grams, 0.520 grams and the average was 0.520 grams. These were the three separate readings taken by individual, that is A, B, C, and average is being calculated. Here we are able to notice one thing over here, that is resolution. Resolution of the instrument over here is 0.01 grams. Here is resolution is what? 0.001 grams. Yes or no? See, 3, 0.001, here 2, so 0.01 grams. So here resolution of the instrument is found to be how much? That is 0.001 grams. Is this clear? I have already told that the more less resolution, the more least count, more is precise. This is also precise, this is also precise, but this is not precise. Clear? And the given reading true value is also having a resolution of what? Resolution of what? 0.001 grams. Clear? 3 digits, so 0.01. 2 digits, so 0.01. Clear? Now what happens? See, for the true value is 0.52. Here individual values also differ. And your average mass is not matching with the true value. So here you can say A, for student A, it is neither accurate nor precise. Neither accurate nor precise. Clear? For B you can say not accurate. You can see here there is minimum difference. Also you can say resolution is same to that of original value. So it is precise, but it is not accurate because answer is not matching. It is 0.1515 and it is 0.520. So here you can write is not accurate but more precise. Still this clear? And for student C, you can observe that there is less difference. Your final value matches with what? True value. So you can write more accurate, you can say accurate as well as precise, as well as precise. Clear? A is neither accurate nor precise. B is not accurate but more precise, and C is accurate as well as precise. So perfect reading is given by the student 3. Clear? Thank you so much.